Oh, you know we're not good to go, cause I'm glad I caught them before the stream actually started. I was wondering why that full screen wasn't working. I'm gonna pull this up in front. Sure, it blocks the chat, but I'm not gonna be using it all the time anyways. Just in the off chance we need a full zoom this gameplay action. So, greeting interwebs, this is Jack and K, and welcome to what I would call my first real Chibi-Robo Zip Lash, but it could also be my second playthrough. I honestly don't know, I haven't finished my first playthrough of Chibi-Robo, and depending on how consistently with my stream, this could be what we finish first. I'm up to about World 3, and I think for the sake of the stream, I'm gonna go through it all from the beginning. Cause I've streamed this on Twitch a while back, and I was having a good set of fun with it, so why not just do the full playthrough here. After doing Nintendo Badge Arcade, I've kind of grown to like the whole doing quick stream sessions directly to YouTube and not worrying about all the jazz. There's a lot of elements to this game, and I'll try to explain them as they become relevant. But for now, let's begin. My goodness, Chibi-Robo, you're certainly working hard today. How about we take a little break and watch some TV? You know, cause I'm telling you all. In the news, natural resources vanishing throughout the world, sparking an international crisis. Just like it would in the real world. Could this possibly be linked to a recent spike in eyewitness reports of tiny UFOs? No idea why, but I get the feeling yes. This reporter says, "Yes indeed, mister, but why are the aliens here? What more? What do they want from us?" Few suspects believe the aliens have taken into custody. Multiple inquiries are underway. Good luck trying to communicate with the random little aliens, though. Yeah, it kinda sucks that we actually left the humans behind. Huh? What? Aren't you satisfied, you little alien bulls? What you gonna steal next? The frickin' sun? That's about the only energy source you haven't tapped into yet. Well, we better stop them before that happens. Assuming we don't just float out into the vacuum of space, never to be seen again. The game's not gonna be that dark. Oh dear, one moment, Chibi-Robo. I just need to get the station's artificial gravity system online. A loop. What is the heck a full-size spaceship doing for just a miniature robot anyways? You know, I've thought about that, I'm not really sure. I think it's time to take away the full screen so we can actually see what's going on the bottom screen. So, I am doing a terrible thing by standing here and talking to explain the tutorial stuff, because as you might see in the lower left corner of the bottom screen, we're actually on a timer. That is Chibi-Robo's battery. If that were to run out, you die. Thankfully, there'll be ways to get that back. Oh, there we go. I thought I forgot how to jump for a second. You know, A button makes you jump in this game. X allows us to do the whiplash, which is not only our attack, but allows us to traverse through the platforms scattered throughout the game. And as you can see, you can do it in combination. We'll be able to do even more fancy stuff with it later on. Thankfully, there'll be batteries along the way to refill our battery life. Cause yeah, if that does run out, it is game over. Thankfully, this game overall is pretty darn easy, so I don't think you'll ever run out of battery life. Although, I have said in the past that things were easy, only to have that bite me in the butt pretty hard. No details yet, but you'll see what I mean in the near future. Alright, so it looks like I had to come down here in order to get this. And hola! We got upgrades! Great work, Chibi-Robo, sir. You found a red boost ball. Now that whiplash we have has extended in reach. Distance, I should say. We'll be able to get to places we couldn't before, like, just as an example, up here. And I would say there, but I have the feeling we could get to that before. I mean, shoot, the only down thing about doing this stuff live is if you have a technical issue, there's no undo, and you can't really edit out horrible sound quality. Unfortunately. At least when you're doing it live. Great. I have to invent a new terminology because there's live commentary, even though it's not in the... There's the normal live commentary, there's this, which is actually more live than live commentary. It's almost like live editing and video prompts as well. And then there's post-commentary. Yeah, all of 3 distinctions to make so much complication. Yeah, I'm still confused about this whole space shuttle, because they make a huge space shuttle, think for a size of a person, and you saw there how small Chibi-Robo was. His entire house, like, was a little tiny hole coming out of that entire space shuttle, and yet, it looked like Chibi-Robo and Telly were the only people on that space shuttle to begin with. I know I'm really pushing it by questioning video game logic like this. I can't help it though. Why? It doesn't make much sense. Anywho, it looks like we got... Or at least we're heading out to our first world and level. Assuming you don't count your tutorials as a level. Let me... You know what? I was gonna show off things, but I just realized that Telly pretty much goes like, "No, Chibi-Robo, shouldn't you be going outside?" If you try to do anything besides head out that door. So we ain't gonna be going out any doors today. Instead, welcome to Oceana. Ready to get to work on protecting Earth's resources, Chibi-Robo? You betcha. Let's give it everything those VV aliens packing. And I butcher up the English language because, yay! Why should I know how to speak fully in my own language? I mean, isn't that what writing is for? Anywho, our first instance of enemies. If we let them run into us, you know what, why not, just for demonstrational purposes. Yeah, you'll take a good chunk of your battery life out. And like I said, if your battery runs out, it's game over. Despite this game being easy, it's not generous. It is not forgiving. You do not have a life system. And instead, you just have a very generous battery health system. Meanwhile, jerk faces are hiding what I assume is our world's energy source in little treasure chests because they're jerks like that. Thankfully, they also leave random batteries and garbage around, so I never have to worry about running out of energy myself. Affirmative, television. Alright. Anything I'm forgetting about? Well, Oh dear, I put myself in a bit of a tight situation. I can't go back out. I sure hope this box has something that we can use. Well, you know, it's a convenient upgrade that will allow us to get out of here. We got the Lash chip, aka the whole gimmick of this game. It's a good thing we got that so early on. If you press Y instead of X, you'll unleash the Lash, which allows you to break the larger blocks. I forget that it has other uses, but we won't get into them right away. Now, these regular blue boost balls allow you to boost that Lash. The red ones are actually really rare, and beyond that tutorial level, you won't be running into them too often. Thankfully, the Lash is a lot better, so never need to fear, you're actually getting the better one upgraded. Anywho, I feel like there's something I wanted to talk about, but I was forgetting. I guess it's a good time to bring up, yes, I have streamed this before already. I have played a good chunk of it. Hopefully I'll do this consistently enough that we actually get to a point that it's live and I can officially call it a first fruit though. Cause that's the whole reason I've been calling what most people would call blind Let's Plays first fruits. I feel it makes it a lot more open and free for me. Like, I don't always have to be completely blind to a game to call it a first fruit. Well, I'll interrupt my talking for a moment to talk about the commercial tie-ins this game has. The true gimmick of this game, actually. You collect candies and snacks, actually based on real-life things. Logo tags and all is Pikmin 2 bad marketing. And you can even post it on Miiverse so all your friends can know how much of a commercial shoo-in you are. Alrighty. No, I am going back, because I think I saw a few more solid blocks we could collect. Well, I mean breaks, so we could possibly get collectibles inside of them. Ah, speaking of collectibles, I almost missed that. Here. You know, I could have sworn I would have been one of the big coins we were trying to get. Because if you haven't noticed from the bottom screen yet, there's 3 types of collectibles we'll be finding throughout the game. Candy was essentially really big coins, and the third item that I think I'll just leave this undisclosed until we actually run into it. This is our first big coin. There we go. Now, this is an element I like about the Whiplash over the Lash. You can actually, like, hover low in the air. Sadly, the game never really forces you to use it. It's a shame, because I feel like you can do a lot of creative stuff with it. On the other hand, there are times it comes in handy to actually know that you can pull it off. At least from my experiences. Here comes my most underrated thing in video games. Gyro controls. Sure, it can be annoying at times. I feel like they're a bit underrated though. Now, before I get killed in a flaming abyss of haters, let me change the topic. Here we go. This is where I'm really talking about how the game's super generous. If you ever are in fear of getting a game over, you can buy a spare battery, or at least you could if you had more money than I do. And if you run out of battery, it'll instantly refill it. On the other hand, we have the emergency jet, which is basically like the balloons in Donkey Kong Country Returns. The green balloons, I believe they are. You fall in a pit, the rocket will save you. You know, I might as well just pick it up, just in case. You are actually rewarded for going through levels without using items. But I think it's okay if you buy the item and just don't trigger it. Here we go. Hey, Mr. Chibi-Robo. Say, are you as fast as Chibi-Tot? Come bite at me and find out. Try and catch me. Oh boy, these guys get really annoying later. They get really fast, they jump over you. Yeah, I think I can catch them too, assuming that bad things don't happen. Alright. Now, they're blocking my preview window, but I think if I let go of Y, I'll smash through all of them, pull that open, and we'll be able to continue along our merry way. Alrighty. Let me see if I can jump and swing. Yep, sirree. Ah, shoot, I forgot. I think that guy had like a plug in front, so if I went to him head on, I might actually be able to get... I might actually be able to drain his energy, was what I was saying. Nevertheless, we got a new power-up. Hope you like these power-ups, because that's the last one we're getting in the game. Yay! Now our Zip Lash can bounce off walls, and the game gets pretty interesting from here. Oh no, I'm trapped! Whatever shall I do? There's no way I can hit both these switches at the same time. Oh, never mind. The power-up we just got allows us to clear the puzzle. How convenient. So. Alright. Let's make more use of our new abilities with the Zip Lash to, well, zip and lash and bounce and whack. And completely miss your target. Yay! Now, you might be wondering, if we don't have lives, then what are the points of checkpoints? Well, if you fall down a cliff without a rocket, you get sent back to a checkpoint like you did lose a life. However, you don't have lives, so you can't lose it. Oh, trust me. Game's been easy enough, but I promise that the whole concept of run out of battery and instantly game over will come into play later on, and I will not be happy for that day when it occurs. I think we're almost near the end, if I remember this area of the level correctly. Yay, let's go for a ride. A really slow ride that won't change at all. For comedic effect! You little buggers are lucky that the means of attacking are also my means of not falling. Otherwise, you would have been deader than dead. And should I show this off for demonstrational purposes? You know, why not? Sometimes around checkpoints, you get these little plug areas. You can plug yourself in if you're running low on battery. A lot of times, though, I find myself not needing them. Like, if you're good, you won't need a recharge at Chibi House. I'm sure later on, when we get to a level I haven't been to before, I will regret saying that immediately, but the point is, there's a lot of times I end up not even needing to charge up, even though the game recommends me doing so. Aha, I knew it. So that takes care of the last little coin bugger, but speaking of buggers, I see a little bugger up here. Let me just try to get all the coins I can, because for me, score does matter. And I'll get into why when we get to the end of the level. But part of my score includes collecting everything, so I might as well backtrack back here, take advantage of my hover abilities, fail with my hover abilities because the game really wants you to use your Zip Lash more than your Whip Lash. Get the trash. Take that trash to the dump. And actually do this right. And don't screw it up. There we go. You are gonna go. Get back here, you little bugger. Alright. Yeah. Wonder what this is. You're supposed to be the tutorial guy. Yeah, we'll come into that later. Specifically after you beat the level once. That's for later. Oh, you know, out of curiosity's sake, nah, there wasn't anything worthwhile down here. We've gotten everything except for a single candy, and I can't help but gain this feeling in my gut that I'll very likely to miss it. I'm pretty sure that's a bottomless pit, so there's not much we can do. Goodbye, sir! Oh shoot, but the sparkling areas I'm pretty sure means we're almost at the end of a level. Yeah, that's the end of the level. Where the heck could that last piece of candy be? And I give up, I probably missed it already. Nope. And we're in for end level stuff. Fun fact. First time I played this game, I thought this was a boss fight. And I was disappointed with how easy it was. Until I realized that it's very vital to hit the gold thing. And not hitting the plat and hitting the bronze is really gonna screw you over. As you see, we get points for every single one of these coins we collect. Get an award for getting all the coins. Don't got an award for getting all the candy, but got an award for getting all the chibi tots. Pretty much maxed out our zip lash, so that's all the points we can get. And we get points for battery, points for not using any items, points for not using a checkpoint, and if we didn't get hit at all, I would have gotten points for that too. Now, with the whole point system, it's actually integrated with the amiibo features. When this game came out, you could get a bundle with a Chibi-Robo amiibo, and honestly, I like the amiibo features of Chibi-Robo Zip Lash. Like, after Super Smash Bros., I feel it's the most integrated use of an amiibo. Which is kind of sad considering how many video games have came out since Smash Bros. But for now, we have our game's way of trying to add spice to something as simple as a level selection. To determine where we go, we actually spin this wheel. And if I wanted to, I could purchase panels to add to it. But I'm just gonna try to spin. And try to get a 1. Now, the disappointing thing about this is you have to beat every level in a world in order to move on to the next one. So, if you don't do what I'm doing and try to get a 1 every single time, you're kind of just making it more annoying for yourself in the long run, which takes away the whole point of this whole wheel feature, which just instead of making it innovative and interesting gameplay mechanic, it just creates tediousness. But I do give the game props for originality, or attempts at originality. Just some things aren't meant to ever be done, though. Alright. You know, I've almost been going half an hour, and I want to end things off here. Let me showcase all the things we can for now, and then I'll decide. First off here, we have the Chibi PC, basically used for showcasing completionists, stage information. I think like this would be like one way to tell if you're missing anything. Like I need to find a candy still. The albums keeps track of all the different stuff we've collected. If you've ever been wondering about the history of snacks, though, this is a good way to find out because it tells you the year they were made, as well as what country they're from. Yeah, we will be getting snacks from all parts of the globe, so I suppose there's that. Chibi Outfit Network I'll go into later, since there's a lot more to do with the outfit features later on. And in case you didn't get them in the level, you can buy these items whenever you want. Like, no, screw it. I'm gonna buy a battery for the heck of it. Because I am kind of treating this like a Let's Play, so I might as well showcase all the features of a game as we're going through it. We got a message. Oh, I forgot you could buy multiples if you really want, but I highly doubt that I'm gonna need more than one spare battery and more than one rocket at a time. And last but not least, we have the generator. The trash you find throughout levels can actually be put here to convert it to energy for the Chibi house. Yeah, every time you use one of the plugs... Why am I calling it a plug? It's an outlet, you fool. Every time you use an outlet, you actually drain energy from the Chibi house. I don't know what happens if you run out of energy in the Chibi house, because even with the game over, you still drain energy from the Chibi house to restore your battery power from completely empty to completely full. So is it like permadeath if you run out of watts in the Chibi house, or do they not take that into account? I don't know if I want to experiment to find that out. Yeah, I just wanted to have this as a short stream. Never fear though, I think I will try to do stuff like this weekly. At the very least, so there's that to look forward to. I've been Jacket K, and next time on Chibi-Robo Zip Lash, we will go into level 2 of Oceana. Take care, everyone.